Drop Podcast.
Hello and welcome to a special episode of the Football Drop Podcast. And why is it a special episode?
I don't know. Why is it a special episode?
Because your t-shirt looks banging.
Doesn't it?
Oh, look at it, got a little flex as well.
Well, I am gonna do something I'm not normally known for. I've not been able to fit into this for quite a while, and it's a little bit snug. But the guns, look at that! Look how tight that is, man.
Oh, hang on.
I'm very happy. So yeah, I'm very proud, and I went to a christening yesterday, and I put on like my suit jacket and like a pair of like smart chinos. I hate wearing trousers, like the actual suit trousers. Don't like.
I hate you wearing trousers, baby.
I don't like wearing suit trousers. They never fit properly. It's just always awkward. But a pair of like smart chinos, lovely. But these chinos, last time I wore them was about a year or so ago, maybe 18 months ago. They were tight. Like, you know, when you get like a sausage squeezed into something and it's like just it all bulging over. That was kind of me last time I wore them.
I'm going to ignore the jokes. Yes, I do know what you mean. Yeah.
Do you know what? I saw you, even though like the way we record, obviously it records higher. You went really fuzzy and blurry and really pixely, but I still saw you fucking smiling like a child because you sensed a moment of weakness. You seized an opportunity. But no, genuinely, they fit really comfortably, and I'm really proud of myself.
Well done, mate. That's brilliant.
It was a bit of a boost. You know, you think, yeah, okay, I'm doing something. I'm doing something. It might not be great, but I'm doing something.
Ben Slim's well.
Such an idiot, mate. So yeah, how are you anyway, you fucking idiot?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm all right. I'm on a bit of a wired one now, so I've been like rushing around trying to get, you know, being a dad and doing dad things. And I'm not normally a dad on a Monday. I am a dad all the time, but like on a Monday is normally like the time when I don't have to worry about doing dad stuff. But I'm a dad tonight, and I'm like, oh my god, I've got to do dad shit. So yeah, it's been one of those. But yeah, I'm a bit buzzing. Let's go.
This is what we like. This is going to be an adrenaline-filled episode for you then, yeah?
It's, mate, honestly, I've got so much to... Well, actually, after the day I've had, I don't know if I've got much to dump, but I'm on an adrenaline dump right now.
Well, let's fucking go, mate. Do you want to jump straight into what you want to talk about for your agenda reveal?
Yeah, so the first thing was first. We were going to talk about our diet and, well, our lifestyle. Let's not call it a diet, because I think I do this every week. I say diet, and then I go, actually, no, let's not call it a diet. Let's call it lifestyle. And then the next week I go, that's how the diet's going. Oh, no. Anyway, that's boring.
So how is your diet this week, Will?
Yeah, and do you know what, right? It's been all right. So, last time at Man v Fat, I did put on a couple of kilo, 2 point, whatever it was. So I was up, but that was to be expected after the 3 weeks off that I'd had. And then I find that it's quite difficult to get back into the routine. So I got myself some like healthy snacks. So I was, you know, having relatively healthy stuff. So that's been good. The weight, I think, would have been coming down. I haven't been able to weigh myself. I don't know if I've been too scared this week to like weigh 100%. Myself. But I haven't really done it.
Out a little bit, because I think it was Thursday or Friday. I rang you and said, "How's the weight looking, mate?" And quote, you went, "I'm not brave enough to go on it today, mate."
Yeah. Yeah. I just scared of it. And there's a reason as for why. And I don't know if I'm just fucking like clutching at straws or if it is an actual thing. So like,
probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely. But no, where I've been having obviously salty food, change of diet, blah 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 blah, and then I've been having like extra protein, creatine, all that sort of stuff to start sort of trying to bulk and get a bit more strength and muscle, blah 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 blah. I think quite a lot of the weight that I've got at the moment is water weight in terms of that increase. So that's what I need to try and do is figure out how to get rid of some of that water weight. So when you do, like, you know, you do the thing on the scales, and you can do it on your watch, can't you? Where it does the analysis of your body my water's always really high. So I don't know. I don't really know how to get that down. So I need to try and figure out how to do that. So I had a little sweat out in the sauna thing today. So that'll do some good. I did a 5K run, and then I went to laser tag.
Yes, how was that?
Mate, I sweat so much. Like, it is disgusting. Honestly, the sweat that I have had today, I did a run, a sauna, then laser tag, which is like running in a sauna. It was unbelievable. So I don't know if there's much left of me after today. So I'm hoping, because I've eaten quite well today, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be down. And then I've got barbecue tomorrow evening. So, back up again. It's a yo-yo. How about you?
You're definitely a yo-yo. You must have zero water in you right now. There's no way you can have any drop of water left in you after that. That's ridiculous.
I have been drinking, but no, not really. No.
That's crazy. Mine's pretty good. So I jumped on the scales this morning. Well, I didn't jump. Carefully and cautiously stepped on them as light as possible. There's no way
I took an in-breath.
Break! And I leant on the radiator. I was like, oh my God, I've lost so much weight. And I am 0.4 down.
Wow, that's impressive, because normally you're up through the week, so well done.
I know. I did have a bad day Wednesday, as I've told you about. I had quite a lot of food on Wednesday. And this sounds really bad, but I had 3 meals, but I had 3 constantly big meals throughout the day, and it was not good, and I snacked.
I had 3 meals, but each meal was 2 meals.
And those meals were banquets.
Yeah.
But no, generally I've been generally pretty good. I did undo it yesterday evening with a kebab, but it was a small kebab.
What'd you go for?
And working out just a doner meat and chips, lamb doner. So,
mate, Selge would argue that's not a kebab.
It's not. It's doner meat and chips. It wasn't a kebab because it didn't have the salad. It wasn't in a pita. So
all right, you're going to stick up for her, are you? All right, fine.
Mate,
now you've done this, I am not going to hear the end of it. So well done you. Thank you for causing a row in the Salisbury household.
Do you know what? I'm really happy that I've done this automatically.
I can see.
It's really bad. It might even be borderline toxic that your pain brought me so much of a smile on my face.
Terrible, isn't it? Terrible. It's almost like you're Arsenal and I'm Tottenham sometimes.
Tottenham won.
We'll come on to that. I'm sure we will.
But yeah, so diet's been pretty good generally, though. I've been under calories. I've gone 1900, just over on. Obviously, that Wednesday was, God knows what that was, isn't it? And then I think Friday I went over by about 80 of calories, so still under 2000. I've done
that's great.
Sort of light workouts, done a lot more walking, which is good. So and after this, I'm doing some boxing workout with the sweatsuit. Could do 5-6 rounds. So looking forward to it. Obviously, we've got our challenge at the moment. So it's like gladiator style challenge. I can't remember the actual name of it, but it's over 2 weeks because of bank holiday. So you and I submitted ourselves forward for it straight away, didn't we?
Yeah, always, mate, always. So yeah, I'll weigh myself in the morning just to see where I'm at and what I need to do for the week, because I need to be 1 kilo to 2 kilo down ready.
I have prepped all of my lunches / dinners this week as well. Chicken, rice, peas, carrots, mushrooms.
Nice. Yeah, do you know what? Sel's done that earlier. She said, I've done some dump bags. And I was like, fuck's sake, I've got to do another tip run. And then she explained that apparently it's something where you just stick it in the slow cooker and it gets done.
That's good.
Because we're well on Operation Baby Arrival. I'm not drinking now till after he's here.
Good one. Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm not. No, mate, I've been on the 0%ers. Yeah, I'll be on the 0%ers.
Is that not drinking?
It's like drinking. It's like drinking Pepsi. Nah, not 0%. 0.5%. I might be able to entertain what you're saying, but you can get 0%. So that's not drinking.
Okay, fair enough.
Now you alluded to a little challenge earlier on. So what I would like to ask you is, how have you got on with the challenge that you set us to do a week's worth of 30 press ups?
Yeah. I have missed 2 days, I think, because I'm
You
pretty sure
have.
I've done them, but I've only sent 5 over. I'm looking through my phone. I'm not going to lie though, I thought this was going to be an easy challenge. And now I don't know if you've looked at the videos. There's
I
2 of
have.
them. I've really struggled. So the first one was on. I think I started it. I think I started it on the Tuesday when the episode went live. But the first one, I got to 10. I'm not gonna lie, I was fucked, like absolutely fucked. So I had to pause. So I don't know if you could see
What's
it. I kind of like rearranged myself. I'm like,
yeah.
but
I want to
yeah,
talk about your form, but I don't want to shame you. But your form was
no. My
poor,
form
bruv.
is really bad. It's really
Yeah.
bad, and genuine. This is what I mean. I've really struggled. I thought it was going to be easier than what it was. Now, obviously, I haven't done press ups for ages, and clearly it showed. And I thought throughout the week it would be slightly better. But in fact, what actually happened was I was really achy and really tired, so it got worse.
Pleasure.
Now, don't get
Well,
me wrong,
well done for.
you're significantly fitter than me. I'm glad I've done it, and I've genuinely really enjoyed doing it.
Well done.
Yeah, hand on heart, I struggled more than I should have. I know it was only 30, and we said 30 a day, but I can't remember if I said 30 in one go or not. So that's what I've done.
You did.
So I did say that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I thought I would because I thought I'd be a dick and obviously be Billy Big Bollocks. I think, yeah, I could do that, no problem.
Yeah.
I could run 10k by the end of the year. I'm bricking it, mate.
Okay, so it's my turn to challenge you. So we'll come on to that. So I did look at your form, and it was pretty poor. So we need to work on that. You owe me 2, so I want those 2 this week. Any point, I want those 2
Okay.
this week. And I'll be honest. I'll be really honest. I completely fucking forgot until Wednesday, and
I was
then
waiting because I'd like to just chuck a new rule in for our challenges as well, which I think will help each other. Whatever challenge we set, if it's a daily challenge, for example, like the press up one, we have to send it by 11:59 that night of that day's one. We've got our group chat for the podcast as well.
yeah,
We need
okay,
to do it on
yeah,
there.
no, fine. Because I
Just to hold
forgot,
ourselves
and
accountable. Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can, because you went
it
very
wasn't.
quiet, and I thought Will's normally fucking all over me with shit like this.
Yeah,
Have you done it? Have you
well,
done it? And I'm like, he's
I
been
was.
suspiciously quiet.
So one reason why I was quiet was because I'd forgotten. And then when I remembered, I was like, he's been suspiciously quiet about this. I wonder. And I was expecting. And then I asked you for the videos on Saturday, whenever it was. And you only sent them to me about
Sunday
20
ones,
minutes ago. I was like, this is funny. I reckon he's going to try and smash them all out in one day.
No, yeah, I think I must have started shit. I've missed a day though somewhere.
So I
Obviously not
did.
today. It's obviously Monday we're recording, but I've missed a day somewhere.
I did 3 sets in one day. I changed my t-shirt though, so you wouldn't notice. But I decided, honesty is the best policy.
Fair play. That's deceptive. A fair fucking play for going all that extreme.
And then I was like, oh shit, had a haircut in between. He's definitely going to fathom it out. So no, so I did 3 in one day. Then I did 1, and I could smash it. I could smash them all out. It was fine. There was one though that I forgot to do it, and then I did it after my chest session. Mate, 30 press ups after a chest session was so hard. But I did it, and then I owe you 1 because I forgot to do it yesterday. So I'll do it. I'll do it after this. So I do owe you 1. But moving on to the challenge this week. So I am quite aware that you have agreed to do a 10K in less than 4 months. So what I would like you to do now, you can run, jog, walk, however you want to do it, but I want you to get 2 5Ks in this week.
Okay, that's going to be tough with work and childcare.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, you could do a whole like if you just get a couple of hours and you want to do a 10K walk, that's fine. You can do that. You've got to get 10K this week.
Famously, I have 2-3 hours free to do that.
Yeah, you do.
I'm never that busy, so
no.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
No, I do know. I know when you can fit it in as well, my friend. So we'll have a conversation off air, and I'll be letting you know when you can do it.
Letting you know. Oh, letting you
Letting
know.
you know. But
Letting you
no,
know.
this is a build-up now, man. This is the start. This is
Yeah.
where you start getting the because you've got time.
Yeah, I've got time. Definitely got time. So
You
yeah.
can,
Okay. Okay.
and obviously I will do the same. I did one this morning, so that I'll count that towards it. So I've only got to do one more 5K.
Yeah, I feel like this is not. No, 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 sunshine. This
No,
is easy for you as well. So you've got to
I've
do.
got a
I don't
10K
think you've got to
plan,
do
man.
3.
I've got a 10K planned.
Okay,
I'll
I
just do
think
a
you should do
10K.
a 10k and a 5k because you are
What?
fitter. It's got to be a bit of a challenge for you. Let's be
Okay.
honest. You
All
are
right. I'll
significantly
do
fitter.
I'll do 15K.
A 10k and a 5k. Yeah. Right. Let's move on to football because people are probably bored of this by now.
Okay. Yep.
Big debate. And I can't remember. I think you're gonna have to say this because you've got the HK question. But I'm sure you put something in a chat the other day with a comparison to other forwards, like who's better. But I may be just dreaming this. So what's
So I saw.
what's the debate?
So it was just a question, really, and a bit of a mass debate, if you will. So I saw something earlier that if Harry Kane, well, I say earlier in the week, if Harry Kane hadn't have been at Tottenham for so long, and he'd been playing in the Bundesliga or with a top Premier League club, no offense, Tottenham, um, or well, yeah, maybe, or a top La Liga team, he would be up there with Ronaldo and Messi. He'd be spoken about in that same, like the way they're spoken about, that tone. And I was umming and ahhing about it because I was like, would he, wouldn't he? And I thought he is such a prolific. He has been such a prolific goal scorer for Tottenham. You know, he started to push Shearer. Shearer was getting a bit nervy, which was really weird because, as I said, Shearer he appeared in the Liverpool game that I've got going on down here. So it was really weird. But yeah, you know, Shearer was getting a bit nervy that might not continue, and he's gone to Munich and he's absolutely smashed it. They won 6-0, I think, at the weekend, didn't they, against RB Leipzig? I think it was 6.
Yes.
And I think Harry Kane got a hat trick in that. And you just think, wow, that is something else.
But no one's really batting an eyelid, though.
No.
Why? Why are they not batting an eyelid? Is it because the Bundesliga is not at that level? Because I think, for me, I think a lot of people can score a lot of goals in Bundesliga. Timo Werner, prime example. Banged in goals for fun there. Couldn't do it in the Prem. Couldn't do it at Chelsea or Spurs. Harry Kane is the opposite. He's done it in the Prem. And I feel like he's now arguably gone to a weaker league and still banging in more goals than he was.
Yeah, I mean, weaker league's harsh, but I understand why you say that. But if you look at Lewandowski, smashed it in the Bundesliga, and now he's gone to La Liga as a, what is he, 34, 35? And he's still absolutely tearing it apart.
I wouldn't say he's tearing it. He's done well. I don't think he's tearing it apart, though. Not like he was
No?
in Germany, because I think his
Well, that's because he's a lot
execution
older.
is more. Of course, but I mean, Ronaldo was still banging him in everywhere he went. And he was 36, 37 or whatever, 38 when he moved to Saudi and still doing well. And weaker league, I know, I get that. But I don't know what the. Is it because Harry Kane is English? Is it because he's in the Bundesliga now? Is it because he played for Spurs? I don't know. But you look at, like, when we was watching the England games, I think it was last year or the year before, whenever he broke the record, we both said, yeah, but it's easy for England because he's the only striker and things like that. He's played for ages. And the teams, obviously, you play now are easier. You get the Nations League and you get these qualifiers against San Marino and teams like that, which they're not footballing nations. So you're going to score more goals at the international stage. So does that then downplay him a little bit and think, well, you should do doing that? So the expectation's then instantly higher than it probably should be. So you take it for granted?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think so. But here's a question for you. if you take Luis Suarez out of that MSM front three
Yeah.
that Bayern Munich had, and you put Kane in there, would he have the same success, or would it be more or less than Luis Suarez? Do you think?
Less.
I think it would be more. I think if you've got Neymar and Messi, and you've got a prolific scorer like Kane, I think it would be more personally.
I think play styles would make it less because Kane, although Kane sets things up and stuff, he does link it. I feel like Messi wants someone to make that run to move a defender out, so he can then get an easy shot, or what Neymar did and stuff as well. I think it's different play styles; it just wouldn't work as well.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think Kane would would adapt because he'd have to adapt because he's surrounded by that absolute quality that is that team, especially if you've got Xavi, Iniesta, and the like sitting back. He doesn't need to come back that far. It's almost like he's gone. There's like quality all around me. I just need to go forward, and I know he did struggle with that in the England team when there was quality behind him. With the Tottenham team as well, he did still draw himself back. But I just think he wouldn't get in the team if he did do that, especially with Guardiola as the manager.
Yeah, I think with Pep, you'd be a lot more regimented. So what the hell are you doing? You stay up front, or you stay in that top third. You don't move, sort of thing.
We've heard Henri talk about him like that. That if you do something wrong, he's like, you won't be in my team if you're not doing exactly what your job is. You won't be in the team.
Pep divides it up in sections throughout the pitch as well. So you operate in those sections. I remember I'm reading Pete a few years ago on it.
Yeah.
Obviously about his time at Barca. So yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't know what you guys listening kind of think, because it's a divisive thing. Harry Kane, he is a very divisive character. He shouldn't be, because he is absolutely top quality. He is world class. There's no doubt about that. He is a world class player, but he just doesn't get the plaudits and the recognition as much. But I think it's because we have Messi and Ronaldo levels. If we didn't have those levels, you'd be like, he's the greatest striker in the world ever seen. He's better than this person. I'm just going to drop a question because you've mentioned him already. Who is a better player or striker, should we say? Kane or Lewandowski?
That's a really hard one. That's a really, really tough one. Because what Lewandowski's done at Dortmund, Bayern, but now Barcelona, I think Harry Kane hasn't been able to eclipse that. And working with Poland as well, he's brought that team up, like so much so that I think he had a falling out with the manager recently at Poland. And rather than lose Lewandowski, they sacked the manager. Like that's how instrumental he is in that team. So I would have to say Lewandowski for that reason, which is probably unfair on Kane, because he's committed himself to Tottenham and he's become the top goal scorer for them and he's done so much for them, but he hasn't quite been able to get Spurs over that line. And only now at Munich is he sort of doing what Lewandowski did at Munich. So I would say, based on that, Lewandowski,
really difficult. You're not basing it on his ability. You've not said once about what
I am.
You've based it around his effect on a team, but he can't affect 10 other players to that extent. But on
I think he can.
What Harry Kane brings to a team, to what Lewandowski brings to a team with those goals, you're still saying Lewandowski.
Lewandowski's not a bad player. Lewandowski's a very good player, brilliant player. And I think you can influence. If you look at, some of the greats across the world, across the history of time, they're the ones that will pick that team up and they will drive them forward. Steven Gerrard did it at Liverpool. Cristiano Ronaldo's done it at every club he's been to. Messi's done it at the different clubs that mainly Barcelona. So you can have that influence and you can pick teams up and go. I'm not saying Lewandowski's done that. Probably Harry Kane's done that probably more than him. But then it's difficult to say because Lewandowski's won it all. He scored those crucial goals in finals that he's got to, whereas Harry Kane hasn't.
But has Lewandowski fired them to those finals? Because look at Spurs.
Yeah.
They've had 2 seasons now without Kane. The first one they did reasonably well. Second one absolutely tanked because they've lost that strong.
But they won the Europa League.
Yeah, but we've said our feelings on that Europa League.
No, but they still won it. That's what I mean. Harry Kane, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Harry Kane scored in a final of a competition.
I'm not sure. I can't. I can neither confirm nor deny.
In 90 minutes, in normal time, I don't think Harry Kane has scored in a major final.
Lewandowski has. So okay, debate one. Point Will. No, I get it. Point Will. Like it makes sense. It's a valid point. You know, it's delivering on those big stage in those final moments. Who cares whether you can score 5 goals against San Marino? If you can't score against Germany in a World Cup final, or Euros final, whatever. Doesn't matter, does it?
I could be, like if you can remember one, because off the top of my head, sitting here right now, I can't think of a time where he scored in the major final. Because I don't think, did they score in the Champions League final? Tottenham against Liverpool. Was it 2-0?
I think it was 2-1.
Yeah. No, it's the same. Same. So I can't remember, but
we spent a lot more
so
time
that's why.
Actually.
Yeah, same.
Interesting one. That's an interesting debate.
Do you want to stick with the Bundesliga?
Yeah, interesting deals going on with the live match rights, not just highlights, actual live streaming rights of Bundesliga games to Mark Goldbridge's This Is Football.
This Is Football? What's that? Is that that's the Man United guy?
Yeah, he does the United stand. He does This Is Football. So it's supposed to be his more like impartial stuff, but they've secured rights to show live games on their streams to their audiences on YouTube. So obviously we spoke about the rest of this football got one with La Liga with the highlights. They did it during the Club World Cup, didn't they? And I thought that was brilliant. Showed all the clips on their podcast and stuff. Now obviously they've secured the La Liga rights as well. But then Bundesliga obviously jumped on this bandwagon. Whether it was already planned and it's just been announced separately, I'm not sure. But Mark Goldbridge and his team at This Is Football get to show live stream games and highlights and reels and everything like that. And they've got all the rights for it. That's huge. Impressive. For the whole kind of media side, obviously for people like us as well, who, we do a podcast, we enjoy it. Imagine getting to that stage where you're like, Premier League want us to show 10 games a season. Can you imagine? And we're streaming it live on our channels and stuff. Like it's, you build up that content and you build up that following, and the content that you then deliver is incredible. And obviously people's viewing habits are changing. No, I don't know about you. Sometimes I'm sick of some of the commentary you do get on some of the games. Like I cannot stand listening to Gary Neville on commentary anymore. It does my head in. He's the most like commentator in the world. I can't deal with it anymore. Then you get others like Alan Shearer, I think fucking brilliant on co-coms. So you get kind of different people. If you don't like that, but you have a YouTuber that you really like, they're doing that. Goldbridge is brilliant for the United stuff, but I think it's an absolute game changer.
Certainly seems to be. Yeah, I agree. No, that's news to me. I can't quite believe that, especially him. No offense to him at all, but there are other podcasts out there but there are other podcasts out there that you would think that might snap that up that are arguably bigger. That's fair play to him. Fair play.
He's literally, that channel's the biggest. They get double what the overlap do.
That's insane, isn't it?
They get double. So I follow him on LinkedIn. They post it every week, like after game days and stuff. Honestly, the stats are insane. Like the following they've got across all of his channels is just mental. And I wonder whether the Premier League will start doing this. Well, not necessarily broadcast rights, but for highlights and things. I think it's a game changer to get that out there more.
Well, yeah, especially if they went, if there's a big podcast in Spain, say, and they could do that out there, that would be good as well for things. So yeah, maybe. Okay, that's interesting.
But yeah, really, I think it's just a really cool thing.
Yeah. Really cool thing. Well, one of the reasons why is because you want to jump on that bandwagon.
Oh, mate, I'd love to. FDP TV, imagine.
It's got a ring to it.
It does. It'd be amazing. I'll set up the Instagram after this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just something like that. It'd just be amazing. What an experience that must be. So yeah, I think it's very cool. But what I think is very weird is Nuno Espirito Santo ex Evangelos Marinakis relationship.
I'm glad you said all that. Yeah, it's
you were fucking butchered that. Yeah, mate. So weird. What's going on? So Nuno's come out and said, "Yeah, we're just not really that close anymore." And he's turned around and gone, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh shit, I didn't realise you were there, mate."
Yeah, well,
Basically,
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that bit, that last bit. I just heard that Nuno had said that they don't really talk as much. They used to talk quite a lot. They regularly got on. Now they hardly hear from each other, and they're just not as close as they used to be. Which kind of makes sense though, because didn't he have to sell his stake in the club so that they could go into the Europa League because he obviously owns Olympiacos. So does that go hand in hand?
I think
I don't know.
he had to, and then he bought it back, didn't he? Because they didn't get into the competition or something.
Oh, okay.
So he just
Okay.
bought it back. But yeah, I mean that's got nothing to do with Nuno. But it almost seems like Nuno's come out and said this, and it's like, why? Why have you said that? Do you think would he then is he making it up? Is Marinakis? We know what Marinakis is like with that Morgan Gibbs announcement. He's like, no, you say what I want you to say, Mister.
Well, that was the Tifo, wasn't
Mister
it?
Marinakis, mate. That was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, obviously, Palace have got confirmation that they're not going to be playing in the Europa League. They will be in the Conference League because Nottingham Forest put that sort of request in. And then the appeal, obviously, said that they're not allowed, that they're not going to uphold the appeal. And then they play each other at the weekend. It was obvious that something was going to happen. But how that got, whether there was any approval there from Palace, I don't know if we'll ever know.
100%. There was no way they approved that. That's
No.
just fans gone, lads, keep it on the DL, mate.
So it's basically them doing what you just did, gun to Morgan Gibbs White's head. You are staying. Yeah, that was pretty insane. There was something about that, wasn't there?
Yeah, just something doesn't ring right with that. There's something seriously wrong, and it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks with Nuno as well.
Yeah,
They've made a few signings and stuff, haven't they? So is he annoyed with that? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. There's just heavy rumours that he won't be there come the end of the season.
Who else won't be there by the end of the season, mate? What other managers do you reckon?
So I think we said Keith Andrews. Well, I said that. I I am not too sure whether Unai Emery will be there by the end of the season, and no fault of his own, but whether there's going to be too much frustration because obviously PSR seems to be really impacting on Aston Villa. There are other clubs that are being impacted on that, but Aston Villa are a real sort of strong one that can't seem to sign anybody that they really want, and having to sell obviously some of their decent players.
There's one.
What was your question? I've forgotten what your question was.
Now, who's going to be? What other managers?
Oh,
There's one guy that I can almost guarantee is not going to be there, probably before the end of the transfer window if this keeps up.
Graham Potter.
Graham Potter.
Yeah.
How awful! Did you watch the game, or have you watched Match of the Day to see the highlights?
Yeah, I've seen the highlights. Yeah, I didn't see the game, but yeah, I've seen the highlights.
Hey, mate, they were awful. Apart from that, sublime Lucas Paquetá. Bloody God.
Can I just say, right?
Done. Let's chill.
Yeah. I mean, Lucas Paquetá, I think he made it really, really clear as well in his celebration that he was staying at West Ham, that he loves the club, his loyalty to the club remains, he will stick to them and stay there, and scores an absolute worldie because Manchester City didn't come in for him.
You reckon? You reckon that's what it is?
No, it was a worldie goal.
In the badge as well, wasn't he? Yeah.
Is it? No, it's West Ham still. Yes, Hammers. Yeah. This one, yeah.
Hammers. It was a sublime goal for me. Standout goal of the week. I don't know about you.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, I do fear for West Ham. I know we're not going to go into too much detail, but holy crap, they look awful. They
They
would need
did.
to step it up.
And Potter as well looked. He just look. I don't. Sometimes you don't know whether it's just the camera angle and the way they do it. But I mean, after a 5-0, 5-1 thrashing, I'm not surprised. But he was just there, just looking kind of a bit vacant.
Yeah, it's like it's almost a scratch your head moment. He must be looking, thinking,
Yeah,
"What the fuck are you lot doing?" Because surely it's not like
yeah.
this on a training pitch. There must be signs that
No, of
he's doing
course.
something, but it's just not conveying to the pitch for whatever reason on game day.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Needs
There's
to play or something,
been
eh?
there's been some interesting transfer things happening. So I saw Tyler. Sorry, excuse me. It's Tyler Dibbling.
Yeah,
Uh, was who I was sort of waxing lyrical.
yeah. Can I just interject because we haven't spoken about what could argue be the most exciting signing of the transfer window?
We're going to get to that.
It's
Yeah, I was just
trotted out. Okay. I was just getting a bit panicky.
yeah. You're like
Just a bit
you're getting all
panicky.
excited, mate. I was getting there. I was getting there. So Tyler Diblin has just signed for Everton in a £40 million deal, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Him and Jack Grealish, I think, could be a real pairing for Everton. I mean, who saw this coming?
How good was Grealish at the weekend as well, by the way? And did you see
Brilliant,
his
yeah.
interview after?
No,
He just had a big smile on his face. He's like, yeah, I knew that I just had a feeling at the end of the season I just needed to move. I need a new challenge. And I spoke to the manager, David Moyes, and instantly I just knew this is the place for me. And he said, I've been saying all week, like me and Illyman, we need to play together. He's like, it will work, trust me. And he set him up like minutes after coming on. I'm like, fair play, he's done it right. But he just looks like a man who just loves football again. Because he just seemed broken at City, didn't he? Not that he didn't want to be there. It's just like he knew he didn't belong there. He didn't fit into that system, and he just wasn't the Jack Grealish we all know.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just really
definitely.
nice to see him.
And then kind of some, I mean, a bit of sloppiness, really. I think so. We've obviously got at the minute as we're playing this 31 minutes in 0-0. Newcastle, Liverpool, the Isak derby. That saga seems to be
Isak
continuing.
Derby.
The Wissa saga seems to be continuing, but Brentford are now saying that they are expecting Wissa to stay. Wissa has returned to training, but obviously didn't play at the weekend. So Newcastle, I feel, are in a bit of a panic. They've just had a £50 million bid for Strand Larson rejected by Wolves.
50 million. Whoa. For a guy, how long has he been there? 2 seasons?
Yeah, but I mean, I think he only got 4 goals last season. Don't quote me on that, but it was
I think he got
quite
a few
low.
more. Yeah, he didn't rip it up. Let's put it
No.
that way.
Whereas Vissa was, what did he get, 20 goals?
Yeah, 20 or 21. I can't remember who got. I know him and Bomo both got 20 each, though, at least, which was like insane.
But they won't go over 45 million for Vissa, including add-ons. So oh, Newcastle are just starting to sound like they're getting a bit desperate. It's almost like they've got this figure on Vissa that they won't go over, or maybe they've just had from Brentford. We're not getting rid of him. He's coming back to the club. Vissa has deleted all pictures of him and anything relating to Brentford and his on Instagram, and his profile picture is black.
Yeah, he's backed out. Yeah, yeah. That's a player that's not happy. He doesn't want to be there. I don't know Strand Larson's age, but maybe that comes into it from a resale value in the future or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But because I know Viss has only got a year, I think, or 2 years left on his contract.
and this
I
is a
think he's
bit
like
older. Was he?
28, I
Sorry.
think, or something like that. 27, 28.
How old is Strand Larson? I don't think it says here. Just while I'm looking at that. So, yeah, Newcastle appear to be a little bit desperate, and they could go back in for Strand Larson. He scored 14 goals last season, Strand Larson.
Bit higher than the 4, you said.
Bit
yeah?
higher than the 4, yeah. So
Such disrespect.
then you've got the saga with Alexander Isak, where he made this statement basically saying there's more to it. I was promised And then Newcastle have come out and said, "Oh, Liverpool just scored."
Is that what
And
they said? That's
then
a weird thing to come with.
Newcastle have come
Weird
out
thing
and
in their
said,
statement.
"Yeah, we'll welcome you back. We didn't promise anything." I thought the Newcastle statement was quite good actually, but it's all a bit funny, that transfer saga, isn't it?
Yeah, I really don't know where he'll end up, because Newcastle, I think, worded it very, very smartly and said he's always welcome back. He's part of the family.
Yeah,
I think that's a
yeah.
clever way of doing it. I just can't see him coming back. I really
No, me
can't.
neither.
But let's see. Let's wait and see what happens. There's still plenty of time. We've still got a week now, haven't we, at the window? And it's been a bit of an unusual window. Things have happened where you're quite surprised. People, deals, for example, some deals get hijacked and they go to your bitter rivals and things like that.
You can't wait
So
for this one, can you?
it's all up in the air, isn't it? What may look like a done deal may not be a done. You might have a verbal agreement. You might think he's already agreed and everything's good to go. And then someone randomly calls you on a Wednesday night and says, "Yeah, deal's on if you fancy it."
Well,
2
have you heard
minutes
this?
later,
Have you heard the
yeah, boy.
actual story?
Yeah, boy. I've heard the story. Go on, tell them. Tell the world.
So you're obviously talking about Eberechi Eze, who is now a Gooner after what can only be described as an unbelievable play from Eze himself.
Yeah,
So he was ready to sign for Tottenham. It was basically a done deal. I was looking on X. The fans were like banging. This is happening. This is great. One side we're going to have Kudus. The next side we're going to have Eze. Like, great. What a partnership. Brilliant.
Yeah, it would be as well. To be fair, it would be a great partnership, that.
It would be. But then what happens is absolutely unbelievable. Eze then just says, hang on a minute. He gives Arteta a phone call and says, we've obviously agreed, because June, July time, they agreed that there would be a deal that go through. And he says, is there any chance this could go through? Well, fucking luck be it, and I need to give you some credit here. Luck be it, Kai Havertz has just got injured, and Arteta's about to go into whether it's a regular board meeting or an emergency board meeting, because that I don't know. And he says, give me a couple of hours. I'm about to go into a board meeting. I'll come back to you. And in that time, news gets released that Havertz is injured. You message me and you're like, Havertz is injured. If he's out for long enough, we could go in for Eze. And I then give you shit, and I'm like, how can we afford this? And I'm like, we do this little role playing thing where like you're Arteta and you've got to ask me for money and blah 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 blah. Which I was really enjoying, because I was like, there's no way we're getting fucking Eze. He's off to Tottenham. Like, let's wind this prick up. Little did I know that very evening, after Eze's made that a phone call and Arteta's put it to the board, they agree and it goes through. And after, in a couple of hours, Romano's there, Orney's there. They're all like, yeah, Eze to Arsenal, deal done. Tottenham have been absolutely fucking mugged off completely. And the next thing we know, he struts out on fucking Saturday afternoon in an Arsenal shirt. It's unbelievable.
And do you know what? The presence of him, and the fact that everyone knows he seems to be like one of the happiest guys in football. He just loves what he's doing. But you could see he could not stop smiling, lapping it all in. The entire sellout crowd at Emirates. And he sort of walks out, like, big grin. He's like, I'm fucking home, lads. And he just bowled out like an absolute baller. It's like, yeah, I'm fucking here, lads. And he turns to his right. It's just like, whoa, this is it. And he turns around and his head is down. He's just grinning, shaking it like, I can't believe I'm back home. Like, what a story. I think that's the beautiful thing about it. It's such a good story. And the icing on the cake, the cherry on top is, he was like, is there any chance that we can move to Arsenal? Because I don't want to fucking go to Spurs.
Yeah. I mean, Angel Di Maria says it best. You're doing really well in your career. You're winning trophies. And then you get linked to Tottenham.
It's just, You couldn't make this shit up. It's just literally like journalist gold, isn't it? This is football
Mate, and
heritage at its finest.
it's got even better today because 2 days ago, Tottenham were linked with getting Hincapi from Leverkusen. Like that was basically a done deal. He's a left-sided central defender. Um, that was basically a done deal. 2 days later, fucking Orney's at it again. Arsenal agreed £60 million deal with Hincapi, and all of a sudden, after that, right? Tottenham release. I don't know if it was from the Tottenham or who it was, but somebody releases through Tottenham to say, no, he weren't on our fucking list. They can't have it 2 in 3 days, can they? That just can't happen.
But the thing is, you see through that because if you've got to release a statement to say we're not interested in that player, you fucking were, mate. You definitely were. There's no way. We can see. We're reading between those lines, man. We can see this shit.
Yeah, I mean that is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, what, and yeah.
Let's all take a minute to laugh at Tottenham. I'm sorry, Spurs fans, but it's got to be bitter. I think the only thing that would have made that whole announcement video that we did with Eze better is it's not Righty asking the questions, it's Sol Campbell. That would have been the best thing ever.
Yeah, I know.
But like,
funny.
Why'd you do it? It's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just been like,
it doesn't have to be obvious, but everyone will know.
Everyone will know. Everyone will know. Yeah, what a time. What a time to be alive.
Moving on, what do you make of the Enciso deal to Strasbourg?
One, I didn't even know this was happening. I'm not going to lie to you. However,
okay.
weirdly, a mate of mine, Alex, he's a Chelsea fan, and he was like, maybe he was talking about Enciso, I don't know, but he said about players. Basically, the easiest way to get into Chelsea's first team now from the academy or the under-21s or whatever is to go to Strasbourg, play well, Chelsea first team buy you. You can't go from the academy up to the first team anymore. You have to do this route, which is it's just insane. But it works for them, and they're a business, and they are. I mean, look how much money they've made, over 200 million from selling their squad players and periphery players, to then spend basically all of that on new players. They're doing something right.
It worked, yeah. And Enciso, when he was at Brighton, he went to Ipswich, didn't he, last season? And I thought he was a pretty decent player, and he's got a good strike on him. So future Chelsea player Enciso has just signed for Strasbourg, which is unreal, isn't it? He is. He's going to play for Chelsea in a couple of seasons. That's just what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's I don't really get it because I think as you said, I think he's a good player, but it just doesn't seem to have hit the heights. Maybe injuries or loss of form or something. Maybe just that consistency. I don't know. But yeah, it'd be great to see him. Hopefully get injured when he plays for Chelsea in 2 seasons.
And you wanted to talk about the Bruno Fernandes penalty, didn't you?
Yeah. Have you seen this?
Seen, heard, read it. I know it. Yeah, I'm waiting to hear what you've got to say because I love how you jump in on it.
I'm not a striker. I'm a goalie. Okay, you're a world class striker. You link up the play. You're like a 10. You're a 10. You're a passer of the ball, as you like to say. That's what you offer to a team. You're a great passer.
I wasn't expecting that showing, but so well done. Well done.
Thank you very much. But I don't like. Part of me doesn't understand why the ref has gone round the back of him like that. But so Fernandes has placed the ball down. He's got his own routine. Like every player has their own routine for a penalty. I fully appreciate that. But he's gone off on the deep end, picked the ball up. He's stropping, sulking. You're the captain, man. You're the captain. You're an international, like fully fledged international. You're, top class player on your day. But you throw tantrums like that. That's such a shit impression and such a shit way of demonstrating what sort of leader you are. And so all the young like footballers aspiring to be like players like him, and the ref just nudged him. But it's not the fact of what he's sulked with. It's the fact that after in the press conference, he's gone, well, he just triggered me because the ref didn't apologise. Didn't apologise for just a little nudge into you. What do you want him to fucking drop on all fours? But like, oh, Bruno, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Bow down to you. So sorry. He fucking bumped into you, mate. Just go up to the penalty, to the ball, pick it up, put it down again, do whatever you need to do in your routine. Don't kick off about it. You're on a fucking football pitch. You're paid 250 grand a week. Don't fucking sulk because some bloke didn't say sorry to you. Like, grow up. It's honestly, it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. I know you're laughing. I'm sure you agree with me. It's fucking pathetic.
I don't. No, I don't agree with you.
Are you
I rarely do. You know, I don't agree with you. Well, right. Let me have my say. No, let me have my fucking say. Let me have my say.
Bang, giving him a shoe-in. Jesus. Sorry, I'm getting irate about it. It's triggered me, and you didn't say sorry.
So, what I think is, for you, you've got a scale of escalation, right? You've got a sorry, which all of a sudden needs to be a bow down on your knees and like you've got that, right? And then what you've got is you've got a little nudge or you've got a punch in the face, right? Those are your scale of escalations, right? I get that. There's no in the middle there for you. It's either one or the other, right? That's what I've got from what you've just said. Those are your words. So that's what
blow up on my face here.
So you also said, right, and I quote, that in the interview afterwards, that Fernandes said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm triggered because you did it." Actually, what he said was, I have my routine. I was a bit upset. I was a bit triggered because the referee bunched into me, didn't say sorry. And then it kind of put me off my stride. No excuse. Should have scored the penalty. Didn't score it. No excuse. Right? Those were kind of his words. Not verbatim, but kind of his words. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I agree that if somebody bumps into you and they don't apologise, that's fucking annoying. Right? If you're in a supermarket and I have been with you in London not 2 weeks ago when people bumped into you and you got the right ass. You shouted and screamed and, oh, fuck it. I don't even exist. People haven't got eyes. I don't even exist anymore, apparently. Right? So the guy who just sat there and said he needs to grow up is pathetic was the same guy who did it 2 weeks ago.
I've got no defence because I know I said that verbatim. Literally verbatim. Well, I'm fucking invisible now. Oh, mate, I'm fucking crying. Oh, my God.
So I don't think, especially, right, let me just finish. So especially right, so in across the youth football, they've now got blue cards. So if you're disrespectful to the referee, you can get a blue card and get sent off for 10 minutes or whatever it is. And that's the same kind of thing that's being trialled in the Premier League, where you have to respect the referee. Blah, blah, blah. Respect isn't just given. You have to show respect. If you bump into somebody, you apologise. You're not above that because you're a referee. If you want them to show you respect, you have to show it back. And a simple apology is respectful, and he should have got it.
I do agree with you. He should be saying sorry. Maybe he did. We don't know the rest side of the story.
That's true. That is true. Maybe Fernandes didn't hear him. I'll give you that, yeah.
Maybe the ref said it in a different language that Fernandes doesn't understand. Maybe he
said
it in South American Portuguese, and therefore it could be different.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's highly doubtful. Highly doubtful. It'd even be a different word. It's probably exactly the same word.
I would think so. They speak Portuguese, so I would think so. But I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to argue. I don't know.
Honestly, I am fucking so hot after that now. That's really got me. That's proper outed me. That's mental. I knew it was coming. I didn't know that, but I knew I'd be called out. I did not know that, though. As Phoebe would say, I have tasted my medicine, and it is bitter. It is bitter. Wow. That's probably a good way to end.
That is a good way to end. Yes. Thank you for your time. I think we should just end on, thanks everyone. Oh, mate, I need to tell you a little story, actually. So I was just going to do like a little salute, right? When I was at work the other day, I saw somebody that I knew, that I worked with them. They were kind of quite a distance away from me. So I went to do like a salute, but I was like, oh, no, I don't really want to do that. Like, that's not really me. I'm at work. Let's be professional. So I went to do a wave. But what I actually done was sort of go like that. I did like a little Nazi salute to this poor guy. And I have no idea, like it just kind of happened. That overthinking Will is now just, I think people are just calling me Adolf. It was honestly one of the worst things I've ever done. So yeah, bad, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, that's a way to end the podcast. Thanks, guys.
yeah.
Thanks for listening.